Hello!
And welcome
to Nightmare Nation,
a paranormal-themed podcast where we talk about haunted places around the world.
And scary things.
And demons.
And ghosts.
And witches.
And Ouija boards.
And cults.
And seances.
And possessions. We didn't say that yet.
No.
Okay.
And all things scary, because I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. All things scary and paranormal and unexplained. We like to talk about horror movies.
Yes.
Eventually we get around to the actual haunted place that we had planned to talk about, but it usually takes a while.
After we chat about all sorts of random bullshit that's going on in our life and what we've heard and
what we're watching.
And the beverages we're drinking.
Yeah, what are we drinking right now, Anna?
Oh, you guys, we are drinking some new Bud Light seltzers.
Ugly.
It is their ugly holiday sweater. Ugly holiday sweater edition.
Yes.
You guys, they have some odd fucking flavors. Tell us the flavors, Annie.
So right now I'm currently drinking peppermint patty, which I never ever wanted to think about peppermint patties going with beer/hard seltzers in any universe. Mm-mm. And I can't say that I love it.
But it's not terrible.
Like you said, it's not as bad as you expect it to be, but that doesn't make it good.
No. It's like when you first taste it, it has a nice peppermint flavor. It's not like an overbearing peppermint. But then after it sits in the can for a little bit, it kind of gets like a sugary grossness.
It's taken Andy's mint.
Yeah.
Those little Andy's mints you get at the restaurants or whatever in your bill thing. And then like liquefy it and like whisk it up to some like carbonated water.
Or what I was thinking is you smash one mint into a cup of water.
Okay.
And that's it.
I mean, there's like a little bit of sparklingness to it. It's not great.
No.
And Anna is currently drinking Apple Crisp.
Got Apple Crisp. It's very cinnamony. And tastes like apple cinnamon oatmeal.
I think it tastes like a hot apple blast from Caribou, but cold and in like an alcoholic sparkling form.
Mm-hmm.
So
a little watered down.
They also have a ginger snap.
Ginger snap, which is
fucking disgusting.
It's
gross.
Bad.
Cranberry was not bad.
Cranberry was delicious.
But you would expect cranberry to not be bad because that's like a normal flavor.
Exactly.
So the ugly sweater pack, picture someone wearing like 4 ugly sweaters. Now imagine like the taste also being equally as ugly.
Maybe that's why they did it.
Yeah, they like knew it's like
they did odd combinations because it's an ugly sweater pack.
Yeah, it's like the weird oddball flavors that like no one really likes, but they're kind of
light bulb just came through.
Anna just made a fun little like light bulb symbol above her head that you guys couldn't see. Obviously,
it just makes sense now.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to try it, you go ahead.
Right, like for the novelty of it, but like would anyone ever buy it again?
I will not.
Correct.
I'm good.
That is the right answer.
The one pack I bought, because they had them in single cans at the liquor store, but they only had one, and it was only the Apple Crisp. I was like, if I'm going to buy these, I need to buy all of them to taste all of them.
Yeah, now you have a whole 12-pack to go through.
I do.
Have fun.
Well, we have 8 of them now.
True, but that's still 8 more than you want to have.
It is. Feel free to bring some home.
Okay, I probably won't. That'll be our late night go-to when we're already slightly intoxicated and don't really care about what we're drinking.
Oh gosh!
So that's what we're drinking.
Yeah.
What are you watching these days?
I watched one today. Fucking
like a horror movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you think I remember what it was called?
No.
It had something Hush in it. Is it just
Hulu.
Called Hush? No,
because that's a great
movie. I know that one. It's not that one. I don't remember. So the storyline goes, I think it's like these. I was again half paying attention. Okay,
it seems like your fatal flaw here.
This is what happens.
This is why you don't like any of the horror movies you watch. Yeah.
But these 2 girls were sent, or they were in like foster care, and they go to this old lady's house with this other guy, and then somehow the house, I think, they have mirror. No. So all of the mirrors in the house were covered up, except for this one room that had all of the mirrors, and they were open. And there's this poltergeist something or another that lives inside the mirrors. And then I think this little girl gets possessed at some point, and the house is possessed, and shit starts happening. And then at one point, I remember watching it. The littlest girl is allergic to peanut butter, and they're in this room filled with mirrors, And there's the guy with her and then her older sister, and they give her a spoonful of peanut butter.
Why?
And then she starts convulsing.
They did it on purpose?
Yes.
Because the house possessed them.
I think they were trying to, like, make her dead so that she could somehow go and get the ghost or something. I really don't know. And then she's convulsing.
The plot devices for a movie, a peanut allergy, just like...
Let's throw that in here
of
for
all
ya.
I mean, like, A, for creativity, I guess, but, like, just a peanut allergy as a freaking plot device in a horror movie, I don't understand.
Makes complete sense.
Like, maybe if you used a peanut allergy to, like, murder someone, and that was, like, ooh, intriguing, but, like, what... in a horror movie, I'm still struggling with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's convulsing, and the sister has an EpiPen. They've got like 4 EpiPens lined up, and the guy's like,
this was like a planned procedure.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
The guy's like, no, wait, and she's sitting there like convulsing, being weird, and then all of a sudden she stops convulsing. They're like, oh my god, can I EpiPen her now? He's like, no. And they freak out. And then she EpiPens her and wake up. And she's not fucking waking up because she's got a goddamn peanut allergy and you just let her fucking die. What do you think an EpiPen is gonna do when she's dead?
EpiPens are actually miraculous revival tools.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually bring people back from the dead.
Ooh.
And that's something that people don't really know about EpiPens.
Oh shit,
but
I need to go buy
this.
all of the EpiPens now.
I know this because I saw it in a meme.
Okay.
So it's true.
Everything on the internet is true.
Yes.
Yes.
So you should probably stock up on EpiPens.
Yeah.
In case I ever like get my head cut off somehow, and then
Makes
you can
sense.
just come bam.
Yeah.
EpiPen
And then
me.
I'll just like put your head back on, and then
Yes.
it'll just stay there.
Yep. It'll like grow back immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
That makes sense.
So it was a good movie.
So it's good.
We saw something interesting last night that I actually thought I liked it more than I thought I was going to. I thought the concept was intriguing, which is why we watched it. And I actually ended up liking it quite a bit. It was called Ruin Me.
Oh.
And I feel like this is something you and me would do. It is the whole premise is that this girl and her boyfriend sign up for the ultimate horror experience.
Oh,
and it was called Slasher Sleepaway.
That sounds perfect.
Where you essentially sign a waiver and you basically acknowledge that you're like dealing with a bunch of actors and they can touch you, but you can't touch them and all this stuff or whatever. And you you sign a waiver to say like, I won't sue the company if something bad happens, and you have to leave all of your stuff. And it's essentially like a giant puzzle, like escape room thing, but you get dropped off in the middle of the woods. And
Jesus.
they eventually, like, if you follow the clues, it eventually leads you to a campsite and you actually camp there. But then they have like actors showing up like as if you're in a slasher movie. No! And so, like, I'm like, that is such a fucking cool idea. It's like a mix between an escape room and a haunted house.
Yeah.
But, like, in a camping experience. I'm like, that sounds fucking awesome.
That's
like,
really cool.
So I was just intrigued because I'm, like, watching them solve these puzzles and I'm like, ooh, I like puzzles. Like, I like escape rooms. And I'm, like, getting all into it. And then you start to kind of, like, figure out that, like, not everything is as it seems. And you start to question, you're like, is this real or is this all part of the thing? And it's my fucking worst nightmare that we've talked about on this podcast, where if someone wanted to come kill you, all they could because you just think they were an actor. And so you start to question, like, if these things is just part of a really intense, like, because they say, like, it's going to ruin you. Like, this experience will be terrifying. And you're like, okay, is this all just part of the thing or is it real? And it's very interesting. I liked it quite a bit. So I won't spoil it because...
Ooh, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, it was
Where
on.
do I find it?
Shudder.
Oh, I don't have that.
You can get a free trial.
Okay.
And watch Channel Zero.
Perfect.
It's really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
So that's what I saw yesterday.
Oh, good.
It was good.
I've also just been on a kick of, the standard ghost shows on every channel.
Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Ghost
There was some
Party.
not Most Haunted. Oh no, it was another ghost people on Travel Channel.
I love them
That they
ghost
had a
people.
Marathon of today. I almost started watching Most Haunted on Hulu, but they were like, they had English accents and I wasn't about, I just didn't want to listen to that.
You got something
Sounds
against,
really bad.
Just because you can't do a British accent doesn't mean you have to be against them.
Hey, I can when I want to.
Let's hear it.
No, you're putting me on the spot, so now it's just going to sound absolutely ridiculous.
I bet you could do it if you were drunk.
No, I would.
We'll
Watch
try
out
that later.
for it tonight.
Yep.
So yeah, that's all I've been watching.
Okay.
Also NCIS, because that's just the greatest show ever.
Yeah.
And it's like my second time watching it, and there's 15 seasons. So, you know what's finally coming to a fucking end?
What?
Supernatural.
What?
Yep.
After 10
15 seasons.
15? Jesus, I stopped after like season 6.
Good.
Okay.
After about
Good.
like season 12, maybe, it just gets dumb. Angels and demons are fighting, and then it turns into, you get this superhuman angel who I don't even know. They're like teleporting now.
Indescribable.
And they're in multiple like universes now in season 15. I'm like, what is this bullshit? I didn't start watching Supernatural for you guys to be in a fifth dimension.
This wasn't supposed to be Lost, okay?
No, exactly. Like, it's fucking Supernatural. You fight vampires and ghosts, and that's what you fucking do. You don't go around with this piddly bullshit to try and make this last longer.
Okay, but to be fair, after 9 seasons of fighting ghosts and bullshit, like, you
then
run
just
out
they
of
should have stopped.
Okay, fair. I agree. But eventually you have to start really getting into like the pseudoscience crazy. Not that, I mean, the whole thing is pseudoscience. Right. None of it's real, but like, or is it real? I don't know. That's the question we want to answer on this podcast.
It is.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah.
Like I liked the angels versus demons thing that they had going
Isn't
on.
one
like,
of them
that was
an
really
angel?
cool.
Is that part of the plot?
One of them, Dean, I think, turned into the devil, or Dean was in hell, and then Sam was in heaven.
Yeah, weren't they? Isn't that why they like fight evil, because they're like descended from angels or something?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't remember.
No,
it's been a long time.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's gotten ridiculous.
Guys, we all know good things got to come to an end at some point. Just
probably
quit while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead. Yeah. That's one of life's good lessons.
Things should have fucking lasted longer.
Like Mindhunter, which I just found out they canceled. They're not doing fucking season 3 of Mindhunter, and I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. Anyway, sorry.
I was gonna say Game of Thrones. I hate how they ended it.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yes.
It could have gone on for like 4 more seasons.
Especially after... And I will firmly stand by this. I don't care how many haters are out there, and I know people who have like hated this episode, and I will never admit that it wasn't the most perfectly filmed, shot, acted, executed episode of television I've ever seen in my entire life.
Absolutely.
The Battle of Winterfell.
Oh my god.
I literally gave myself chills just saying the name of... That's probably... The Long Night or whatever. The Long Night.
Isn't that the Battle of the Bastards?
That's a good one, too. That's, like, number 2 on my list. The first one is, like, my favorite of all time is the one where they're defending Winterfell from the White Walkers, and Arya comes flying out of the... Everyone's like, it's so dark. I'm like, that's the fucking point.
Exactly, because you can't see anything.
You're supposed to feel as confused and scared and lost as the characters are. Like, they're doing that on purpose. And, like... Just every single thing, and the way that they paced it, and they had like the intense action, and they had the scene with Arya in the library, and it was like quiet and like tension. Oh,
I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't
fucking seen it. If you haven't seen it at this point, shame on you. It's your own fault.
I fucking flipped tits when Arya came flying.
I like screamed out loud. I stood up.
I was like, oh my god! I didn't see it coming!
Oh my god, I stood up off my couch and was like, lost my shit.
Oh, it was so great.
And like she has that moment in Melisandre's like, you'll close many eyes, and she's like, green eyes and brown eyes, and she goes, and blue eyes, and Arya just like gets this look and just turns around and leaves. You're like, where is she going? Where is she fucking? And you're like, oh shit! And then, oh my god, I just
but they kind of foreshadow it because I think they pan at some point to the White Walkers
and the gust
of
her hair. Yes, the White Walker's just standing there, and there's like a slight puff of air on the guy's hair, like something is moving by, and he kind of like slightly turns his head a little bit, and then she just comes fucking flying out of. Oh my god,
that's just the greatest.
We're way off the rails here, but
sorry.
It's okay.
But
I will never... I could gush about that episode for like 10 years straight.
Yes, it is fantastic.
It's so good.
It's so amazing. I don't know, for the longest time, I was so against watching Game of Thrones because everybody was watching. It was a fad. I didn't want to watch it. You don't want to be on
the bandwagon.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I met Ben, and he's like, no, you have to watch it. And then we watched it. And I was
Thank you.
Okay.
I find it really funny
is
that Ben's
awesome.
the one that convinced you to watch
I know.
it. Of all people.
Right? This is his favorite. Oh, such a good show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, friends.
Yeah, go watch it, seriously.
Oh, do it.
Okay.
Okay,
So, where are we going tonight?
Oh, we are going to the Lord Baltimore Hotel
The Lord Baltimore.
in Maryland.
Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Really fun fact that I love telling people because I don't know anything about sports, but I know this. The Baltimore Ravens were named in honor of Edgar Allan Poe's famous poem, The Raven, because
really?
he's from there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I know. I fucking love him.
Neat.
But I always throw that out there because I'm like, I don't know anything about sports, but I do have a fun fact.
I know this.
And I bet you don't know it, but I do, so.
I have the Ravens defense on my fantasy football team.
You have a fantasy football team?
Yeah, I do.
Fucking Christ.
Super terrible this year.
Oh.
Everybody's out on fucking COVID and bullshit.
Everyone's
and
out
getting
on
hurt,
COVID.
So
I'm in a pick'em league at work, and I just would like to point out that I've been in first place for like 4 weeks in a row.
look at you go.
And you know how I pick my teams?
How?
Randomly.
That's exactly what I've been doing for the past 7 years. I've been doing fantasy.
I started by doing which city I think I would prefer to live in most based on my knowledge of that city. And then I would go based on north versus southern part of the country, and then when I was really fancy, I'd go based on the colors of the team, but that was way too much work because then I had to Google all the teams. So now it's just randomly clicking the buttons and I pick them. And I'm in freaking first place and have been for 4 weeks in a row, and everyone's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm so proud of you.
I'm amazing.
You're
at
doing
football.
so good.
I'm such good
it's
at
like
football.
you know everything about football.
I know everything there is to know about football in the entire world.
Yes.
So don't even question me.
Perfect.
Because I'll know it.
Yes,
Anyway,
you will.
back to Baltimore.
Okay, Lord Baltimore Hotel. For supposedly being a haunted hotel and being a hotel since 1928.
Not a lot of history?
No, it was all the same fucking shit. I'm like, why do I keep getting these? Whenever it's my turn to do a history or haunting, I get fucking nothing.
Anna.
And then Annie's over here, I got all my information from Wikipedia, and I got about 5 fucking pages of notes.
I do this on purpose to you.
I know you do.
I specifically look at places where I think it'll be interesting for my portion of the content and not interesting for yours. And then I suggest them to you, like, Anna, look, I found some places. Want to do this one?
Okay, well, you know what? I pick in the next place, and if it doesn't have any history, sucks to suck.
You know, you
Woman.
have picked half the places.
I know.
So it's not just me. You're just unlucky.
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
But it's fine, because when I was doing them, I was like, it's okay. We're
okay.
going to have a shorter episode, and it'll be fine.
Or not, because we'll talk about Game of Thrones for 10 minutes.
Yeah, because we're already 20 minutes in, and it's fine.
Yep.
So
We'll be fine.
you know, with
Guess
my,
what? I found such much hunting stuff.
Such much.
I have a billion hunting stories.
I already looked at your hunting stories, and
There's
you
a
have,
few.
5 bullets.
But there's some big bullets. There's a couple big ones. Okay.
got some big ones,
I have some big
guys.
bullets.
Okay.
Okay.
Gosh.
It's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yep. What is that supposed to mean? Quantity of penises?
Yes.
Okay, so if it's one really good dick, then it's better than having 5 adequate dicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
So, on that note, my sources, I have 4 sources for not a lot of information.
Oh no. You know it's bad when to do the history segment and you have 4 sources.
Yep.
Typically Wikipedia is enough.
Yeah, Wikipedia didn't have much. So I got Wikipedia, hauntedrooms.com, historichotels.org, explore.baltimoreheritage.org.
Okay.
So the Lord Baltimore Hotel was opened on December 30th, 1928.
That's my birthday.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
Gosh, did you build it?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm 150 years old.
Yeah, you are.
Yep.
You're like the old witch in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
She just
I
goes
wear
off
my
and walks
fancy
and dies.
necklace.
Yeah.
Except I don't ever wear jewelry.
Nope. It's fine.
It's like a little toe ring. You've just never seen me wear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you always have socks on.
Correct.
Makes sense.
But it keeps me alive, and if
Yeah.
I ever take it off, I'll turn into an old woman and crumble into dust and disappear.
Yep. So don't do that.
Okay.
Please. So, the hotel was designed by William Lee Stoddart and was owned by Harry Busick. It is a 22-story hotel designed in the French Renaissance style.
22 is a lot of stories.
22. 'Tis a tall building.
Tis tall.
'Tis tall.
'Tis terrifyingly, terrifically tall.
Oh, I'm getting fancy with our words today.
I panicked trying to think of words that start with a T. I was like, fuck, I started this. I gotta
so
finish
many
it.
of them. It's okay. So the French Renaissance style with a dark red brick veneer with limestone trim. Limestone trim over a steel frame. That sounds like a terrible combination.
I'm just hearing lots of different materials, and I'm having a hard time picturing
them together.
what that all looks like.
Yeah,
I'm assuming you probably can't see most of it. It's in the walls
probably
or something. I don't
know much about architecture,
but I sure like limestone.
I love limestone.
It's my favorite.
It's the new type of rock,
guys.
It's what all the cool kids.
We
use.
discovered it today. Breaking news.
Yeah.
But
it's in my closet.
We've patented it, so no one else can use limestone.
Limestone. That's really an uncomfortable word to say.
It is really hard to say.
Limestone.
Not as bad as brewery.
Rural.
Fuck that word.
Stupid word.
Let's never do anywhere out in the country ever again. So I never have to say rural.
Rural.
Fuck that word.
Rural. So they have a 2-story lobby. And it is adorned with brass accents, stately columns, and tasteful furnishings. So I had to look up the word adorned because at first I thought it was ordained. It was ordained with. I was like, that doesn't sound right, and I'm not about to say that word on the podcast in case it's wrong. I looked it up. I was like, this isn't the word
Incorrect.
I'm looking for. And then I finally found adorned. I was like, yes, that is the word I'm looking for.
Quite different. Decorated
Very much so.
Versus
a minister
approved
or
by
priest.
the church. Yeah. I mean, maybe this place should get ordained.
They could. You never know.
Or at least visited by someone who's ordained to bless it, because there be ghosts.
Exactly.
So
I wasn't far off.
It could sort of make sense in the context of our episode. Yeah, I get it.
Thank you.
You're fine.
Thanks. Vocab isn't my number one strong suit.
She says, pausing to think of the word.
Exactly.
Case in point.
So, all right. So the Cavalry Ballroom has a Waterford crystal chandelier.
Gorgeous.
With murals of Baltimore's history all around the walls. And this ballroom is used for events, weddings, and other special celebrations, which can accommodate up to 750 people.
Sweet.
So when Corona is over and you can finally have your weddings back, and you
do
have
it at the Lord Baltimore.
750 people, the Lord Baltimore is your place to go.
Can you imagine having a wedding that big?
That's so much fucking money.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Who knows that many people?
Exactly.
Even if you have 100 first cousins,
that's more than our fucking graduating class.
No one should know 750 people.
No.
That's too many.
Yep.
No.
I had a hard enough time with the 90 people that were at our wedding.
Same. We had 115 people, and I was like...
And I didn't even go walk around and say hi to them because I don't like doing that and it's awkward.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. And I didn't get to eat my fucking cake because I was walking around saying hi to everybody.
Oh, I make cake.
And they went and busted away, and I was like, you bitches.
I didn't get my fucking cake.
I also never got my cake topper. Our third tier of our cake was supposed to be for our first anniversary.
Yeah.
And we never got it. It somehow got whisked away or eaten or thrown away or something, and we never got it, and I was so sad. I know.
That's okay. We ate the top of our cake a month later because we didn't want to leave it in the freezer for a year.
Yeah, then it just tastes like
gross.
freezer.
So we just bought a fancier cake.
It literally
for
just tastes like
anniversary.
chemicals.
Exactly.
That's gross.
And it's not worth it. I don't really care.
Okay.
So the hotel has 439 guest rooms and suites designed with guest comfort in mind. There are some well-known celebrities who have visited the hotel.
Such as?
So this includes Amelia Earhart.
What?
Yeah.
That's some cool shit.
Right? And Babe Ruth.
What?
Yeah. Huh. Huh. So many cool people.
I know who that is. I don't know anything about sports, but I know who Babe Ruth is.
What did he play?
Baseball.
Good job.
Yay! I got it right.
There were also great baseball superstars, including Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and Frank Robinson. Willie Mays sounds familiar. I don't know the other two.
It does sound familiar. Now I mentioned my Baltimore Ravens fun fact, and now I'm wondering if the sport actually is football or
it is.
It is.
Baltimore
it's
Ravens
not baseball. Okay. As soon as I said baseball, I was like, shit, is it baseball?
No, it's football. Okay. I would have corrected you if it was wrong.
I was gonna be so sad if I got the sport wrong.
Yeah,
my fun tidbit.
It's football.
Okay.
So a decade later, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stayed at the hotel while attending a regional meeting of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. So that's pretty cool.
Soup's cool.
Yeah. The Lord Baltimore replaced a smaller but substantial Hotel Carswell that was built shortly after, guess what?
What?
The Great Baltimore Fire of 1904.
Oh my god. I just need to quick interject. When I freaking guessed the Great Fire of 1740.
When I read that, I was like, I need to like quiz you on this to see if you can get it a second time.
I was sort of drunk at that point, so I thought it was probably way funnier than probably anyone else would have, but I almost shit my pants. When Anna's like,
you were so proud of
it. And then there was a fire in 1740. Guess what it was called? I'm like, the Great Fire. I literally just came up with that out of nowhere. And she was like, the Great Fire of 1740. And I just thought it was like the funniest thing that had ever happened to me in my entire life. And I was screaming.
You were dying.
Oh
it was
my
the greatest
god.
thing ever.
Thought it was so funny.
I'd never seen you laugh so hard.
I cut this out of the episode, but my husband legitimately came upstairs to make sure I wasn't dying because he heard me shrieking and was like, are you okay?
Is everything okay up
Are
here?
you being murdered? Oh my god. I just thought that was just
we're just drunk being ridiculous. It's fine.
It was really funny to me. So. The Great Baltimore Fire.
The Great Baltimore Fire of 1904.
People need to come up with more original names, right? Is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
In 1955, this is a little fun fact, students at Johns Hopkins University moved prom away from the Lord Baltimore Hotel to the Alcazar Hotel in Mount Vernon in protest to the Lord Baltimore's hotel manager's refusal to admit black students to the dance and his threat to stop the dance if Negroes attended.
Fuck you. That was 1955? Go suck.
1958.
1958.
Yep.
Go suck a dick.
Right?
You fucking piece of shit. Go students.
Right?
You protest.
You do that.
I can't believe.
Go somewhere else.
That is such ass.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's terrible.
That dude should have been fired. Hardcore fired.
I mean,
honestly, so...
Because it's still, on the
yes,
verge
that was
of
on
it.
the cusp of... So I thought this was actually really interesting. My parents and I were having a very interesting conversation about race at my cabin over the summer. We were just, having a conversation, and my mom mentioned that when she was in elementary school... She remembers the day that the first black student showed up in her class, and her teacher had made an announcement and said, okay, kids, today we're going to have some new students joining our class from the other school, from wherever. I don't know if it was a different school or what, but she's like, we're going to have black students in our classroom and please be nice to them. And my mom was like, yeah, I remember when that happened. I'm like, our fucking parents were in elementary school when the segregation of classrooms ended.
That's crazy.
And it blows my mind. I'm like, you were there for that. And it we talk about it as though it just kind of happened in a textbook and it was just part of history. I'm like, no, people are still alive.
Actually, yeah.
Where and my parents aren't that old, they're older, but they're not they're not ancient.
Exactly.
What the That's just
crazy.
So weird to think about. So yeah. So I mean I guess it was at the time when that stuff was starting to come to a head, but still, fuck you, dude.
Yep. Exactly. Don't be an ass. But what's funny is in 1958, the hotel voluntarily ended its restrictive guest policies regarding racial segregation after the Baltimore City Council considered but failed to pass an ordinance prohibiting racial segregation.
So they did it on their own accord.
So, yes.
Good for them. Yep. You go.
Because then I think it was that same year was when the group of baseball superstars stayed in the hotel for the World Series in Baltimore.
Sweet. So, I bet that manager was no longer a manager.
Probably
I bet
not.
He got fired.
Yep. Or he was
left.
real pissed when this happened.
Yeah.
Yep. In 1982, the hotel was closed and was in need of major renovations, like almost every fucking hotel.
Yep.
We've covered everyone.
Well, because they're all like freaking 150 years old.
Right.
So at some point you gotta fix her up a little bit.
So it was bought by a partnership headed by a local developer named Saul Perlmutter in 1983 and was renovated in 1985. But the partnership went bankrupt in 1987 and the hotel was taken over by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. I said insurance really fucking
You
weird.
said insurance.
Insurance. Okay.
I noticed. I was like,
That's not right.
Insurance.
Insurance Corporation during the savings and loan crisis of the mid-1980s. And then the hotel was managed by Radisson Hotel through much of the... through much of the 1190s.
1190s?
But it's supposed to be 1990s.
Wow, that's really old. The 1190s. Back before America was America.
Seriously.
The Lord Baltimore Hotel was owned by a different company.
And we're going back in time.
Yes, we are.
So
it's cool.
The 1990s, the hotel was managed by Radisson Hotels through much of the 1990s as the Radisson Plaza Lord Baltimore. Then I wasn't going to spew all of this bullshit information to you because I didn't think you'd really want to know anything about it. So between 1992 and 2014, it changed owners about 5 different times.
Yeah.
And back and forth and sold it and bankrupt and renovations and blah, blah,
It's not the
blah,
most
blah,
history
blah.
history in the whole world.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really sorry that it's not exciting.
Really wanted a play-by-play of every single owner that has ever managed the hotel, and I want to know exactly how much they paid for it and when it was renovated and what was renovated.
Well, sorry.
Tell me right now.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Shit.
Gonna tell you that.
All right.
So.
Yeah, I've had to do that with some of my history portions too. I'm like, this whole chunk is real boring because it's just like this person bought it and then this person bought it, and I'm like, no,
we're not.
Let's get to the good stuff.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So now it is currently an independent-run hotel. And guess what? It's undergoing remodeling of the rooms and guest house and lobby and blah, blah, blah. And you can go there and stay in the hotel if you want to.
No way. Is that what you do at hotels?
It is, believe it or
you
not.
You go stay there? That's amazing.
Right? So that's the history. I'm sorry it wasn't super awesome and gruesome like some other places we've had, but we can't win them all. Okay?
I mean, we can't rewrite history as much as maybe sometimes we'd like to.
Exactly.
We just can't. It just is what it is.
Yep.
And sometimes hotels are just haunted because they are.
Yeah.
I feel like it maybe has more to do with like the number of people who pass through it, like leaving energies behind and stuff. And like as much as it does have to do with like violent deaths or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just interesting that it's a kind of place where people are just constantly coming and like spending time and then leaving. I don't know. That's just my theory. But okay, so hey, I'm Annie.
Oh hey, I'm Anna. Hey, 36 minutes in.
It's cool.
It's fine.
We're here.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're here giving you facts.
Yes, we are.
It's super cool.
Want to hear about some hauntings?
Tell me.
Well, first, you're going to hear about my sources because that's the most exciting part. Yes. My sources are hauntedrooms.com, patch.com, wbalttv. Nope.
Wow.
wbalttv. wbaltv. I have no idea.
Got it.
I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce this. .com, BaltimoreSun.com, and BDTOnline.com.
These are some fancy sources. Jesus.
Yep, and they're hard to pronounce. So the Lord Baltimore Hotel has a vast array of paranormal activity that has been reported there throughout its many years and was named the most haunted place in Maryland by Cosmopolitan magazine.
Perfect.
Yep. Not in the world, not in the country.
Just Cosmopolitan.
Just the state of Maryland, according to one magazine.
Perfect.
So guests and staff of the hotel have reported being touched by unseen hands, especially in the elevator.
Fuck that.
But also in the lobby.
No.
I know.
I hate elevators.
Ghosty elevator hands.
I hate elevators with a burning passion. If I can take the stairs, I will. I don't care if it's 10 fucking flights. I will avoid elevators at all costs.
Is it a claustrophobia thing?
Claustrophobia. I don't want to get stuck in a fucking elevator. They're don't trust them at all. If something is if it's gonna break down and start falling, I'm just gonna be fucking dead because we're gonna hit the goddamn ground, and I can't take that impact.
Well, at least you'll die instantly.
Yeah, but I don't want to die in an elevator.
I don't either.
So,
but at least in a car crash, there's like a 50% chance you're just gonna have like mangled limbs. And in an elevator crash, you probably just die.
Yeah, but I'll just not take my risks and just
stairs are good for you.
Yeah,
extra steps.
Exactly.
Little cardio.
Yes.
Yeah. Take the stairs.
Yep.
But this place is 22 floors. That's a lot of stairs.
I'll just walk them.
We used to do every once in a while at Best Buy just to like get some steps in. We would try to walk from the ground floor up to the 8th floor, and we'd try to do the stairs like a few times. And freaking like by floor 6, we were just like, like dying. It was not.
It's the worst.
It's harder than it sounds.
I mean, I would never walk all the way to the top of the Empire State Building in stairs because that's a little tall.
Did I tell you I went in the Space Needle?
Yeah.
In the elevator. I like braved I'm terrified of heights, but I went in the Space Needle, rode the elevator all the way up to the top, and I was like shitting my pants, but I did it.
I did it.
And I'm really glad it wasn't stairs. That would have been miserable.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So anyway.
Yep.
Hands in the elevator.
Yep.
Unseen hands. Guests who are sensitive to paranormal things and spiritual energies have reported waking up after having extreme and unusually vivid nightmares. Many guests have also complained to staff about an unseen presence lingering in their rooms while they sleep, making them feel uneasy and like they weren't wanted.
Oh.
Go figure. That's never happened before.
No.
Interestingly, people have also reported their iPods and music devices starting up and playing music on their own, as well as remotes disappearing from the room or moving mysteriously by themselves, and TVs turning on and off.
Ooh, that's fun.
So just general electromagnetic disturbances.
Shit happening.
Devices being janky by
Sounds
themselves.
about right.
Yeah, right. Some housekeepers even refuse to go into certain guest rooms because they've had so many supernatural things happen, and some staff have reported seeing a ghostly couple dancing in the ballroom to no music and with no one else around or watching. Just...
You know, they just want to have a fun time.
They're
in their
just
afterlife.
having a ghostly dance party.
Exactly.
And it's okay if there's no music.
They just want to... They have their own music in whatever... time frame.
Ooh, and they're
spiritual
like
something whatever.
Parallel plane universe, the astral plane.
What if that's exactly what ghosts are? Like, yeah, we're in 2020, but what if it's also technically like 1920 and 1820 in a different universe? So then when you die, you're reincarnated
in a different
into
century,
like a past or future.
And we're just getting like little echoes of those other times. Ooh, I like that.
I know.
I bet that's what's happening.
Probably.
The same ghostly couple has also been seen spotted wearing formal clothing, wandering around the halls of the hotel. Maybe they're walking to the ballroom and on their way to their ghostly dance, just wearing their fancy formal clothes.
Probably.
They're like, let's go dance. And they gotta walk down the hallway to get there, because not all ghosts can teleport, apparently.
Yeah.
One of the most famous ghosts that frequents the hotel is that of a young girl who is frequently seen on the 19th floor and sometimes in the ballroom, whom the staff refer to as Molly. So this is interesting because this didn't come up in the history at all, but this is, of course, like one of the stories that's probably more urban legend than anything. But the story goes that sometime during the Great Depression, a husband and wife jumped to their deaths from the 19th floor and brought along with them their 7-year-old daughter.
Jesus.
I know.
Why?
Go fuck yourself.
You want to go kill yourself, then like don't do it. Don't do it.
But if you're going to do it.
But if you're going to do it, don't fucking take your child with you.
Leave them with someone responsible and go do your own thing.
Seriously.
Like, it's not their fault.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
God.
Yes. So people believe that it's the spirit of this girl who died when her parents pulled her to her death off the 19th floor. She's reported as wearing a long cream dress and black shoes and is frequently seen playing with a red bouncing ball.
Oh.
Which is also, I feel like little ghost kids and their balls. And their bouncy balls.
Oh,
you know, I can't.
Annie.
There's no coming back from that one.
You done went there.
I didn't mean to. That's just what it's a ball.
It just came out of my mouth.
Just what it is, and it's
got
a red
you.
bouncing ball.
It's just,
and now I can't not take it that way when I say it. There's no going back.
it's okay.
I don't know why little ghost children like their bouncing balls.
Stupid children.
But they do.
Damn you.
So,
Gosh.
is it the bouncy ball? No one really knows where her, like, red bouncy ball comes from because...
Just her favorite toy.
I guess she just liked it and likes to play with it.
Makes sense.
She's been seen a number of times by the hotel's supervisor, Frank Carter, and has even been reported by numerous guests who end up calling the front desk and asking them if someone could please contact the girl's parents, since there's a small child running around unattended in the hotel. And they like call the front desk on her, and it's like there's no one there. It's just the little ghost girl running around, which I find hilarious that they're freaking
That's awesome.
calling security, be like, there's an unattended child running around. Can you please like come check it out? And they're like, oh no, it's just Molly. It's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine.
She's
She's
just normal.
playing with her ball.
It's okay.
Some staff have apparently reportedly quitted their jobs at the hotel because they got so sick of dealing with Molly's ghost.
Oh, Molly, you go.
So I don't know if she was just
keeping
like
a little shit.
being a prankster or like annoying them, or they were just like got spooked from seeing her all the time. I don't know, but she's frequently seen around the hotel. And interestingly, people also say that the hotel's elevators make frequent trips to the 19th floor at night, even when no one is calling the elevator, and when the doors open, there's never anyone inside.
Oh, Molly.
So it's just going up to the 19th floor.
That's cool.
Yep.
It's probably the couple.
Probably.
That would make most sense.
They're like, fuck it, we had to take the stairs during the Great Depression,
exactly.
and now we're going to fucking take the elevator.
Take this elevator. We're going to go real fast.
Right. Lastly, there have been reports of a child's handprint on one of the walls in the hotel's penthouse that won't go away.
Oh.
But apparently not everyone has like seen it. It's not there all the time, but some people have reported seeing it, and they try to like wipe it off, and it doesn't go away, I guess. I don't really know. It's like
But it's not on a window?
I don't know. It's like on a wall. Yeah, so I don't know if it's just like a ashy smudge or what it looks like, but some people have said they've seen like a child-sized handprint on the wall in the penthouse, and they think it's Molly. So
Weird.
Yeah.
You go, Molly.
You go.
I want to
Just
be you.
touch everything.
Yeah.
Make the elevator go up and down. So I didn't know this was a thing.
Oh.
But apparently September 29th is National Ghost Hunt Day.
The fuck were we doing on September 29th?
Probably nothing. Like
Well, why the fuck weren't we out ghost hunting?
I mean, yeah, it's like apparently there's like big conventions on September 29th because people go and do like giant group ghost hunts. I'm like, fucking.
Okay, well, next September 29th, we're gonna go and do giant
what
fucking
we're
ghost
doing.
hunts.
Yes, we are. It's amazing.
Fuck shit.
Fuck shit. I know.
Sounds great.
I was like, how did I not know this was a thing? So it's a thing.
Awesome. All right.
I even wrote in my notes, apparently September 29th is National Ghost Hunt Day, and then I put question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, like 7 times.
Is this real life?
What? So apparently the Lord Baltimore Hotel gets crowded with ghost hunters on that day. Ghost hunters, mediums, and paranormal enthusiasts. I think we would fall in that category.
We are paranormal enthusiasts.
Yes, we're not quite like experienced enough to be ghost hunters.
Yeah.
We're just enthusiasts.
Yeah.
So the staff who work those dates say that most of the guests who come for the ghost hunt will all generally say that they feel paranormal energies the moment they walk in the door, and like people often make the comment that like, wow, this hotel is very like crowded, and not with like human people, but crowded with spiritual energy.
Yeah.
Right. So one ghost hunter in particular went to investigate the hotel's penthouse and said that it got to the point where he was so overwhelmed and creeped out by the like spiritual energy that he was feeling that he just had to leave and just peaced out.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, he got spooked.
He's so scared.
He's so spooky. Paranormal Investigation shows The Witching Hour and Black Sky Paranormal collaborated on a joint investigation of the hotel and said that the location, quote, did not disappoint. They said they were able to capture recordings of disembodied knocking coming from the floor above them right after asking any spirits in the building to knock 3 times and give them a sign.
They gave him a sign.
They gave him a sign.
Perfect.
So, and this is interesting too because you didn't mention anything. This wasn't like said anywhere in the history, but apparently like a part of the hotel used to be a speakeasy in the early like 1900s. So like it was secret alcohol consumption going on in the hotel.
I found none of that in my history.
So this may be bullshit, but according to this article, it used to be a speakeasy in some portions.
Wow.
And the investigators said that they captured EVPs of what sounded like a party going on in the spot in the hotel that used to be the speakeasy. So they heard like the sounds of like glasses clinking and people talking and what might have been like light music playing in the background.
Could it have been from the ballroom?
Maybe. I don't know what part of the hotel they were in specifically or whether or not it was close to the ballroom, but they said like they were the area where the speakeasy used to be, and they heard like these kind of like party sounds going on, which was interesting.
Yeah.
And lastly, they heard strange moaning coming from a part of the second floor that also used to be part of the speakeasy. But at the time they were there, the entrance was sealed off for renovations, so they knew that like no one else would have been up there for any reason.
Huh.
And they just heard moaning.
I don't like that.
Unsettling sounds.
Gross.
It's gross.
Oh.
So those are the main haunted stories.
Oh man, that's such a scary place.
Such scary.
Go check it out now, guys.
Go there
because it's so fun.
When the COVID's not a thing.
Yeah.
Do that.
Do that.
Have your wedding there. And invite 750 people.
750 people, because
so many people.
I'm sure you really want to pay for that fucking many people.
Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
That would be a large bill.
And I'm sure, like, the catering there is probably really expensive.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm sure it's like $40 to $50 a plate.
Oh, my
Fuck.
God.
No. Sorry. Nope. My wedding was cheap.
Dude, your food was so good. Those, potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes?
Yeah.
That's all Ben talks about.
They're
like they were the
so
best
good.
cheesy potatoes I've ever had.
And the green beans were so good. Yeah, your wedding was awesome.
It was great.
Delicious. And very cost effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fed like 100 people for like $100 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like 100 to 150.
That's so cheap.
Yep. We stocked up on pop. All of the
you
4 for $12.
You still have your freaking
we do.
pop.
I still have lemonade. I think that's the end of our wedding pop.
I'm proud of you.
So, it was great.
You usually pawn it off on us when we come over.
I know. Because we're fucking done with it.
We should find a craft cocktail cult recipe that uses lemonade, and then we can use up some of it.
Perfect.
Speaking
it's
of...
like half gone.
Oh.
No.
Huh?
We're not doing craft cocktail tonight.
You're right. I goofed.
She's goofed.
I goofed.
We're doing a throwback tonight, guys.
Thursday.
I thought of this the other day, and I was so excited because I knew we needed a throwback.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And we are taking you all the way back to sophomore year? Junior?
Yeah, sophomore. Yep, sophomore.
I don't remember all the
It was our sophomore trip to Italy.
We went to Italy, guys.
I would just like to take a moment to reflect on the fact that we got to go to Italy for choir. When we were 16.
So tell me, bitches, how choir ain't a thing.
Yeah, we freaking went to Italy. We got to sing at St. Mark's Cathedral in Venice.
Yep. And
after
the Pantheon.
getting lost.
Yeah.
And the Pantheon. Yes, in Rome. Like freaking places
amazing
that people pay lots of money to go see, and we got to sing there because we were cool.
Yep. Our story starts off. We had 2 flights. One was taking United, the other one was taking Delta.
Wow, you even remember the airline.
Yeah.
I do not.
I think we were on Delta. Mm-hmm. Our plane was delayed in Minnesota.
By like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was not a long time. It was a short amount of time.
And of course, the flight to Italy is like 8 hours. Mm-hmm. So they only have 1 flight going
from the Atlanta airport at the time. They had 1 flight going from Atlanta to Milan.
Yep.
And that was supposed to be our flight.
And we fucking missed it by like, 5 minutes?
Which makes me so angry because they could have clearly seen on the roster for their plane, because there was probably 30 of us.
Yes!
They literally
that
had
you were missing 30 fucking people.
30 people on their way. They could have easily seen we were on the way from Minneapolis. We were going to be landing in like 10 minutes. They could have held the fucking plane.
Yep.
For 30 people.
Yep.
And they didn't.
I could see if it was like 1 person and they didn't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you have 30 people
with the same airline.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Jesus Christ.
I remember being so pissed.
We were so mad. I have video of it.
So guess when the next available flight was?
24 hours later.
Oh my God. It's like a horror movie. It's like 28 days later.
Seriously, except we're stuck in the fucking airport for 24 hours.
A bunch of like freaking 16 and 17-year-old kids, 15-year-old kids. Couple of chaperones who are like, fuck me.
It was bad, but it was also just so entertaining because we just did a bunch of shit.
We were just loopy as hell. We were sleep deprived.
The airport essentially to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it was like 1 in the fucking morning. Yeah. Because our flight was supposed to be at like 5 p.m. and the next available flight was the following day at 5 p.m. Yep. So it's like overnight. None of us could sleep because it was just bright as hell and super loud and...
So, I mean, it was fun because we got to go up and down run up and down the hallways. Mm-hmm. And we, like, went to all the different terminals because we fucking could.
We went and ate fries from McDonald's because we were so bored.
Yep.
We would just eat fries just because that was something to do.
Yep. They gave us a fun little travel pack. So they gave us the tiniest little pillow with a nice little travel blanket, a giant oversized like quadruple X t-shirt that we all put on. Then there's a group of us who made the blanket into a cape, and we were superheroes.
Yes, we were.
So this is leading into our picture.
Yeah, this is coming to an end here at some point. We're going somewhere with the story.
There was a group of about 6 or 7 of us or so, and we wanted to take a flying picture with our capes. So we all stood on one bench in the airport.
Like terminal like seats where it's like a bunch of chairs all connected to one big bench thing.
Yeah. Yep. So we were all standing on that. We had like parents and stuff lining up to take our pictures.
They all thought it was a great idea, by the way. I just like to say this was condoned behavior.
So it's fine. They told us 1, 2, 3, and then we'll jump. We did 1, 2, 3. And we tried jumping. And we broke the fucking bench.
The bench literally collapsed, and the best part of the picture is there's one half.
It was right when we were trying to jump.
There's one half where half the people didn't break the bench, and they're jumping, and they look all happy and cute, and they're in the air, and they're like, yay! And then the other half of the picture is me and Anna's fucking janky side, where we're literally falling like, fuck! And the bench is literally falling in the middle of the picture, and it's like legitimately split down the middle. It is so perfect.
It's the greatest fucking picture.
So we broke, and then we all just like walked away. Like we all just were like,
shit.
What do we do?
And then we just walked away
left.
with the broken bench there.
We just left, and that was that.
It was the greatest thing ever.
Oops.
It was so fucking funny.
So we'll share that gem of a photo.
It's great.
For a throwback to our high school days and shenanigans. Not that we've matured much since then, but...
I mean, looking back at the videos, we have matured quite a bit.
I mean, yeah. But
you might get a couple of those videos.
Stay tuned.
Little snippet.
So
into the obnoxiousness.
So that's this week's fun times.
That's us, guys.
In the meantime, please enjoy all of your craft cocktail cult recipes that we've provided thus far.
So good.
Try them, taste them, enjoy them. Let us know what you think.
Tag them.
Yeah,
tag us.
Tag us in your post.
Yes.
Also, make sure to check us out on the Facebook at Nightmare_Nation19 or on the Instagram at Nightmare.Nation19.
Or, if you've ever had anything spooky, scary, crazy, you were in a cult.
Anything unexplained or spooky.
You send us an email at nightmarenation19@gmail.com.
There it is.
I'm so used to doing the social media.
I know, we switched it up tonight. This feels weird.
I know.
We got, shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Gotta switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, so send in any stories of anyone you know or yourself who has experienced anything unexplained. We want to hear about it so we can talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Also, let us know if there's any places you'd like to hear us talk about on the podcast. We love suggestions from our listeners. We've had a couple of great ones, so keep them coming.
Because we want to hear them.
Yeah, we do. In the meantime,
friends. Please don't use Ouija boards.
Please don't use a Ouija board. Oh my god, the girl in the horror movie I watched yesterday, there was one of the girls in their like slasher sleep out group who was wearing a Ouija board t-shirt. And her entire shirt was just like the Ouija board.
Dumb.
It was pretty great.
I'm going to buy you one for Christmas.
Thanks. I won't wear it. I'll probably burn it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Good.
I'll have a seance and burn it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, my back tattoo is a Ouija board, so.
Yeah. And we can't burn your back off.
Please don't do that. I don't want to burn.
Yeah, no.
So.
Don't light your friends on fire.
Yeah, don't do that.
And don't buy a Ouija board. Don't do a seance. Don't be dumb. Don't summon ghosts or demons. Just read about places where people have done it before you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, friends.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.